What are you doing? How could you shoot someone who's unconscious? What are you, some kind of a monster?
Hey!
Yeah, this is Timothy Tim, requesting permission to drop off a badass motherfucker. Over. This is Mission Control. Badass motherfucker permission granted. Go ahead and execute. Over.
Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Timothy Tim here, and check this shit out. Boom! Custom green PSP 3000 32 gig Metal Gear Solid Edition. That's right, Solid Snake. Check it out. Boom! This thing is in really good condition. It has some slight wear on the screen. This has actually been my PSP for a while. It is a custom PSP that was released, hence the beautiful green color. This was released by Sony and for the Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops game that came out for the PSP. I have taken it and really just reworked all the software on it. The battery's original. It has not been opened. The UMD drive works great, and but you don't really need it because it's hacked with 32 gigs of awesome snaky goodness and retro game killer. It's really cool, and I want you to check it out. And I'm a little upset because this is my PSP, but money is needed. Times are changing, so here we go. I'm going to show you what else you get with this before I take you through a tour of all the awesome software you get. 8,000 games. This thing comes with 8,000 games. And because everything's all loaded through the modified memory card, your battery lasts forever. And this is an official PSP battery. It's harder and harder nowadays to get ones that are new. So if you don't appreciate that when getting this PSP, I hope that you can try, because and without running the disc, your battery lasts forever. So okay, let me tell you what else you're getting with it. Let's keep it like right up there because it's so pretty. You're gonna get a brand new PSP case that you missed the unboxing. Aw, I'm sorry. I honestly don't get that, why people would want to watch somebody open something. I feel like that's like, I'm so poor. Like if I was hungry, I would watch somebody eat a sandwich. Here we go. That's brand new, pretty basic PSP case. That comes with it in a little clip. I guess if you're rock climbing and you want to take your PSP with you, there you go. Charger. This one has a super long cable, and so you can literally like play it while you're charging, and be like 6 feet away from your, or more from your outlet. So there you go. And what else? Oh, this is gonna blow your mind. Check that out. This is called a compact disc. I know it looks like a record, and I got record ones to kind of ease the transition. Let me tell you how this works. I like speak into a laser, and it does like some futuristic laser shit, and it lasers my voice on to the CD. I know, you don't believe me, right? What do they come up with next, Tim? I don't know. Probably, probably watching movies with lasers. No, I'm kidding. That's ridiculous. Anyways, it comes with this compact disc that has some tips and tricks and stuff for all the emulators and stuff that are on this thing, from Nintendo to Nintendo 64 and Vectrex to Atari. And there are little tricks in there that maybe you don't know about going into it as a newbie that I will explain to you, so you can really get the most out of playing the games, like the rewind feature in NES, and how to change the screen size, and how to quick save and quick load, and all that good shit. So, all right, let's get into everything that the PSP has to offer, and I will show you the glory. So, all right, and here we go. First, like I said, you start off with some custom menus here. And that's a completely altered PSP menu than you're used to. And then we go with a bunch of games on here. I've got them separated into different folders. And we will start out with Old School. Now the Old School section in here is when you're going to find where you're going to find all the classic Nintendo games, all the classic consoles, and I've loaded them with every single game that came out for these consoles, plus some extras. You'll also notice some custom menus and animated icons and some audio that I put together, really showcasing like a lot of those old commercials and stuff that came out for those old video game systems. Commercials like we just don't get anymore, that really take me back to when I first started gaming. So let me take you through. So that was Nintendo 8-bit. And this are Nintendo hacks, which is about 700 games on here. And what hacks are is when someone takes a game and alters it to the point that it's just a little different, or it's almost unrecognizable. Some of the games play like a sequel, and they're really cool. And so it'll give you some retro stuff, but give you something new to play. I put a top 10 in there for some of the games that you can check out, and really just check out all these alternate versions of games that you've loved, and get a new challenge. Some of them are ridiculously hard, and a lot of them are incredibly fun. So you have got to check that out. I did a special section for Castlevania. I don't think you can be into retro gaming without, holding a torch for Castlevania. So there you go with that. And a special section for
Is the playing field of the future. The unprecedented 1990
Nintendo World Championships 1990. Pitting all the 80s kids, Nintendo kids, against each other. And this is basically the game that they had to play to make it through the ranks and win the Golden Nintendo Trophy, guaranteeing that they would never get laid for the rest. No, that's not true. I'm sure some of them got laid. And if you're into retro gaming like I am, you know who the angry video game nerd is. If you don't know who he is, check him out. And if you do, then you will appreciate Nintendo games that suck. These are some of the angry video game nerds' most hated games. And really, it's always been a big inspiration for me to make these videos and get these PSPs together and just have all this retro gaming goodness in the, in a pocket playable system. So there you go. And then we move down to classic Game Boy. All the games for Game Boy are on there, as well as Game Boy Color.
wasn't humanly possible
palm of your hand. Game Boy Advance. SP. Yes, it's new. And you're going to want to play it. And you're going to have every single game that I put on here in the palm of your freaking hand. Now you can have it. So play that. Oh, baby. Super Nintendo. That's 16 bits for your ass. That's every Super Nintendo game. So many games that I had to separate them into several different, 2 different categories of, ROMs and more ROMs. So you'll have to check that out. And I couldn't resist adding Super Nintendo hacks. Some of these hacks are unbelievable. Talk about playing a new game. Check out Yoshi's Island. It's truly fun. If you haven't played that game, whether you get this PSP or not, I suggest finding it online and popping it into an emulator and giving it a try. It is a lot of fun and really cool game. All right, Nintendo 64. A couple of words about N64 on the PSP. This is a PSP 3000, so that means that N64 is going to run better than it will on any other PSP. The problem is the game player, the emulator, doesn't do as good of a job as we would like on the PSP. Unfortunately, that's not currently still being developed, and I'm not smart enough to finish the emulator. So it does Mario 64 pretty good, and also does the Zelda games pretty good. I only have a few games on there for this one, and that's because why waste space with games that don't always play so well? It's a fun little novelty. You can play with some of the emulator settings, but I can't stress enough, don't buy this PSP based on Nintendo 64 emulation. And honestly, if you want to play Nintendo 64, I recommend buying a Nintendo 64. Emulation for this system's just still a bit buggy, even on a high-end PC. So there you go. All right, Sega Master System. I didn't have one of these when I was a kid. I had a Nintendo, but I would play my friend's Master System and his Genesis as often as I could. Sonic's badass, catching golden rings and chaos emeralds and everything you can think of. Every Master System game, every Genesis game. That's right, Sega. All right, now we come down here to Sega CD. Holy shit, what's that? A CD? Yeah, compact disc, bitch. And this video game will play them. This is loaded with some of the best hits of Sega CD. Every Sega CD game is, the size of a CD. So that is 700 megabytes. And that can eat up a lot of space for some cooler games really quickly. So I just put the greatest hits like Night Trap, Sewer Shark, Dragon's Lair. Those are all on here, so I definitely recommend checking it out. And now you can actually play Sega CD rather than sit there on the couch of that weird rich kid and watch him play. And, it's a 2-player game, bro. Why don't you at least let me, grab a controller? Yeah, what a dick. Anyways, now it's all yours. Keep it to yourself. Sonic hacks. I went ahead and skipped a huge collection of Sega Genesis hacks because when it really comes down to it, the best hacked games are the different versions of Sonic the Hedgehog that people have put together. Check those out. Hours and hours of fun gameplay. You never know what's coming up next, and I personally think some of them play better than the original Sonic games. So that's up to you. And when it comes to Sonic hacks, I personally think Sonic Mega Mix No, I love that menu. I'm sorry, I gotta redo it, and I gotta be quiet just so you can hear it because I think it's awesome. Sonic Megamix, a Sonic hack so good that I gave it its own menu. Check this out. It is a must. Check it out and play it. You owe it to your inner child to check out this hacked retro gaming goodness. Game Gear.
If you were colorblind and had an IQ less than 12, then you wouldn't care which portable you had. Of course, you wouldn't care if you drank from the toilet either. Game Gear.
That's every Game Gear game. If you haven't played Game Gear before, check it out. There's a lot of replayability on a lot of these games. I think they were fun. I never had one, and after playing it on the PSP, you know, I wish I did. TurboGrafx 16.
TurboGrafx 16 is about to knock video games back.
Into the Stone Age. There we go. TurboGrafx 16, an awesome 16-bit system whose mascot was a little Stone Age dinosaur kid named Bonk who headbutts shit when he gets angry. I don't need to say anything more. Now I'm taking you really back in time to your roots with Atari 2600. So check that out. Every Atari game. Then we come down to Atari 7800. This was Atari's bulky, big-ass mistake. The Drunken Knight. This was actually their rival to the 8-bit Nintendo. And I had never played any of their games before. They're pretty good, so check them out. And why not? Because you've got every single goddamn Atari 7800 game that they ever made. Oh, and here's Atari's handheld. Yeah, you might want to stick with your Game Boy. This is an Atari Lynx, and it was the first color backlit handheld console. Unfortunately, it didn't have a lot of third-party support, so there weren't a whole lot of good games that came out for the Atari Lynx, and as a result, didn't come out for the Lynx 2. But check out the Lynx. Some of the games are fun, and if you need to kill some time, it's a good way to do it. Neo Geo Pocket. We'll talk more about the Neo Geo system because that's on here. But in Japan, they came out with a Pocket handheld console and some cool games. You get a Pocket version of Samurai Showdown. And so check that out. You get all those. And then here's my very, very first gaming system. The Intellivision. The Intellivision was right up there with Atari and had like this, you know, one of these like wood grain futuristic telephone, you know, kind of look to it. And it also had the Intellivision voice module that'll make your Intellivision talk. Can you believe that? Video games talking. Next thing you know, they're going to have people are going to walk around with computers in their pocket. Marty! ColecoVision. You know, I don't know what the fuck who told somebody that, you know, game systems should have phone pads on them. 'Cause, you know, they had phones back in the 80s. I don't know why a phone, try to jam that damn thing in your ear or up your ass. ColecoVision. Every Coleco game, they're very much like, you know, Intellivision and Atari. But guess what? None of them have Smurfs. Only ColecoVision has Smurfs. So if you're sweating and, you know, you're itching all over and you're thinking, man, I hope this guy has my Smurfs fix, I got you covered, baby. We got that blue good stuff.
In January 19
Oh,
and
yeah.
memory for under $600.
60 under $600.
Commodore in memory and price, IBM
You get a
will have to slash
PS4
its
for
price,
that.
quadruple its memory.
It's not every Commodore 64 game because believe me, they put out a shit ton of them. The Commodore was immensely popular. I had one. It was a hand-me-down. And I also had a gigantic TV box, if you even know what that is, full of floppy disks that somebody gave me. It is true to the Commodore experience. It even makes you wait to load games. So there you go. Check out some Commodore 64. I put a lot of love into tweaking this emulator because I got a lot of love for the Commodore 64. 128 2. Vectrex. Vectrex. Here, I was going to explain. I'll just have this guy do it for me.
This is Vectrex, the only video game system with its own video screen. Take it anywhere. Just plug it in. It's your own personal arcade. A high-performance system with a built-in game plus a whole collection of arcade cartridges like Scramble, Pole Position, Berserk. So if you're into video games, forget the TV. Get into Vectrex. Light pen and 3D imager available.
So there you go. That's the Vectrex. And it was really cool gaming system. The emulation on the PSP is a lot of fun. One cool thing about it is you can choose to play the games this way, holding the PSP this way, which is more true to what the emulation was like, what the gameplay was like with the Vectrex, because you see the screen is more like rectangular rather than, you know, the 16:9 kind of landscape we're used to.
This is Odyssey, the
This-
new electronic game simulator.
This is fucking Odyssey, man.
Television set in seconds to create a closed circuit.
This was the first home video game console. This is the very first one. The games are terrible. They are so shitty. I recommend checking it out. You have every single one, so why not? And the Odyssey came with a fucking gun. Look at that thing. You could actually shoot the screen. It is amazing how ahead of its time that this first video gaming console was. A lot of people are more familiar with Pong for the home console, but that's not the case. The Odyssey was kicking Pong's ass and taking names. So if you haven't played the Odyssey before, please check it out because it's bitchin'. Alright, now wait a minute. Here's something truly special. What? Yeah. In your face. Yeah, motherfucking Wonder Swan. Yeah. What's the Wonder Swan? Is it the best undiscovered video gaming system that you've ever seen in your life? No, it's not. I'm sorry. The Wonder Swan is if you could take a piece of shit, or if you wanted to, and firmly put it in your pocket, then you would have the Wonder Swan experience. Why did I put it on here? You know, because I could. Check out the Wonder Swan. Maybe you'll like it better than I do, especially if you're into playing with your Dragon Balls. They really liked Dragon Ball games, so check it out. Brought to you by the good people at Bandai. Bandai. Wonderful Swans. Holy shit. You got that right. MAME Arcade Emulation. Arcade Classics. I don't need to say anymore. MAME is truly emulating the same software that was in those arcade cabinets. You push select to drop in quarters, and this is all the classic games, including Star Wars Arcade. I got you covered, motherfucker. SNK's Neo Geo. More arcade emulation. Samurai Showdown. Hadouken! Ipponet Son! Enjoy it. Have fun. Holy shit. And then here is Capcom Arcade. All the good stuff that Capcom put out. True arcade emulation for Street Fighter. So definitely check that out. If you love fighting games, then you can't get better than Capcom Arcade, or this is truly something you will not find anywhere else on the web. Search all the dead links you can find for custom PSP stuff, and you won't find this, because this is an exclusive that I put together, and it's called the Midway Arcade. And it's got all the great Midway games. Hydro Thunder, check out Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and I think Mortal Kombat 3 is on there. It should be. Check them all out. That is the end of the list for old school gaming, and I will jump into PS1 games next and show you everything you get with that, because we've got even more Metal Gear stuff coming up. Alright, so here we go into PlayStation 1 games. Got a good collection of PS1 stuff. Metal Gear Solid, the VR missions, PlayStation 1 game, and then we got your good old Metal Gear Solid. Snake! Snake! Oh, there you are, Snake. So, you can check that out and fight Mantis. What's his full name? I can't remember. Mantis, why can't I remember that? Anyways. So you got that, and then, you know, just some other cool PS1 stuff. Resident Evil Survivor, which is, if you ever played Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil Survivor is a lot like Resident Evil 4. It's kind of a first-person shooter, and so I wanted to have that on there. Silent Hill, Castlevania Symphony of the Night, the Contra Adventure. If you're a fan of Contra on the NES, this is a pretty kick-ass version of Contra, so I wanted to have that on there. Crash Bandicoot. I don't need to say anything about that. Twisted Metal 2. Mega Man X5. A quick word about Mega Man. There are a lot of hacks of Mega Man as well. If you check out the Nintendo hacks. If you like Mega Man, and I love the game as a kid and like to go back and try to play, you know, check that out. Also, after we get through PlayStation here, with Parappa the Rapper and Tekken 3, cool fighting game. Ready to rumble. I am going to do, after I review, we still have the PSP minis that are on here and the best of the bunch as far as graphics goes, PSP games. I'll do a demonstration of some of the emulators at the end of the video, so if you stick around for that, I'll be happy to show you. Okay, so ready to rumble too. A cool thing about playing PS1 games is you can choose between having, you know, the regular screen aspect ratio or stretching out the image. You can zoom in and do all this stuff. You can kind of tell things to speed up, and with multiple disc games, you're even able to swap discs right in the game with just a menu button press. So, all right, let's see, what else do we have here. I'm going to do that last. Let's go into PSP games. The good shit. Okay, this is Metal Gear Acid. Tell you the truth, I wasn't very happy with the menu that Acid came with. I just didn't think it did it justice, so I made this PSP menu. You can't find it anywhere else. This is actually a screenshot or a promo for Metal Gear Solid 4. So you're going to be the only one that has this on a PSP, that's for sure. So I don't need to say anything about the Metal Gear games. They all pretty much go the same. Check it out. Portable Ops. Once again, another menu I wasn't happy with. You see my little logo there? You'll see it, popping up here or there all around. Just reminding you, who's your daddy? That's right, it's me. Oh, what did I do? I did that. All right. Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker. I have not played this one yet. Honestly, it wasn't a game that I had put on here, and actually, this is the bigger reason. I could not find a damn working copy of this game for download, but because I was going to auction off this PSP, I had to have it. This version works. That's just my luck that I'm getting ready to sell my PSP, and I find one that's working. So enjoy that. Undead Nights, really fun game. Rainbow Six Vegas. Need for Speed Carbon is a really fun game. Infected, killing zombies. I don't need to say anything more. Another good game. Tom Clancy, awesome sniper game. And if you're fans of Call of Duty and stuff like that, you'll enjoy that. Burnout. I love Burnout. I think it's such a fun racing game. I honestly always like to have it on hand, just because it's such a well done game. And who loves nothing more than running the cops off the road and stuff. And it's just really fun, and the controls are awesome. God of War. Chains of Olympus. Check this game out if you haven't. I'd be surprised if you haven't. I think that God of War is really one of the best games that ever came out on the PSP. Just so much fun. And Ghostbusters. Keeping with that retro vibe, here's a custom menu set up, hacked, cracked, and repacked version of Ghostbusters for the PSP. I love this game. They really pulled out all the stops with this game. There's, voice acting done by all the original cast. If you ever wanted a Ghostbusters 3, this game's really the best you're going to get. And, what a cool thing to have, especially with the new movie coming out. So check it out. You have to check it out. Shit. Buy this PSP just because of Ghostbusters. Forget the Metal Gear Solid. I'll make you a Ghostbusters Slimer edition PSP. Anyways, did I tell you the game's fun? It is. Oh, and Call of Duty for the PSP. Really fun game. Check it out. All right. Here we go with PSP minis. Okay, now minis were downloadable content that you could get through like the PSN network, and with your PSP connected to Wi-Fi. Incidentally, don't ever connect your PC to Wi-Fi and update it. I would stay off the internet altogether. So yeah, don't do that. Okay, I'm not going to go through every single PSP Mini because there's a lot of them. You've got about an extra 100 megabytes free on this PSP, and that's 32 gigs, 32,000 megabytes, and you have about 100. I tried to fill this thing up as much as possible. Some of these games are fun, some of them suck, some of them are just little distractions to pass the time. I am going to go through a couple here. A lot of them are pretty basic games. You know, bowling. What the fuck? Bowling, check it out. So let's just do a quick scroll through and just give you an idea of how many are on here. Pac-Man Championship Edition is at the very bottom of the list here, and that is a game that really is worth playing. I think it's one of the best Pac-Man games that ever came out. So check it out, play it, check all these games out. Feel free to delete whatever you want and add stuff in the future. You can, you know, put some music in the PSP's music folder. There's a lot of minis on here. It's ridiculous. Alright, and Pac-Man World Championship Edition. Let's see, what else did I want to show you? Oh, okay. There are some alternate wallpapers that I put together for this. PSP, just because I wasn't sure, you know, what I was happy with. You know, you want to make a few things and try them out. Here's some of my default wallpapers that I've put together. There's my little hacker guy with a Back to the Future theme. Definitely give it a cool retro vibe. Let's see, what else do we have? Got that. Mario Brothers. Turtles theme. Here's some Ghostbusters. Here's another Metal Gear Solid wallpaper theme. And we've got that one and the one you're used to. And that's it. Those are the ones I put together. You know what? That's pretty much it for this PSP. Also wanted to let you know, everyone who buys one of these gets a compact disc. Old school. A compact disc that is more recordings of my wonderful voice. And you get to hear some, you know, some tips and tricks about your PSP, and maybe some things that you don't know about it. So that's it. That's the PSP. I'm going to show you some actual gameplay so you can see what it's like. And to do that, let's see. I'm going to go over here to... Yeah, let's do old school. Old school, I think, is, you know, really... I find myself playing these games more than anything else. Oh, and I also wanted to show you the custom game boot. Check it out. I did a custom game boot for Game Boot's a little video that you see or something before you start a game. So let's go into Nintendo and I can show you what I'm talking about. Alright, here we go. There's my little hacker logo. Just reminding you. I made it possible. Alright, let's jump into a game. I usually review Mario Brothers, but I'm sick of that shit, so let's do something cool. Alright, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. Everything's pretty straightforward. He's waiting for you. Yeah, come on, bitch. Come on, you motherfucker. Ooh. Now I'm going to show you a version of the game that is akin to cheating. It's terrible, but using the left and right buttons, you can rewind the game. So let's say you missed it, and you want to bitch punch him again. Oh shit. Bam! So that's cool. Using the left and right buttons, you can rewind gameplay. Come on, motherfucker. You ain't shit, alcoholic. I know you got a drinking problem, man. You don't look that old. Your hair isn't even gray. Come on, take it to the guts. Yeah, oh shit. Kabooge! Right in your glass ass jaw. Get up. Whoop your ass some more. Come on. Smack it. Come on, bitch. Swing. Oh, don't hit me in the face. Ooh, I want to get another star on this motherfucker. Oh, I did. Bam! That's it. I guess I want to be slowed down with being a little too proud of myself. That was just fucking Glass Joe. Okay. Oh, incidentally, you can jump back into the menus to play more of the games if you want to. Just go back to ROM list, pressing the O button. Give it a second to load, populate the list here, and here you go. There's some weird stuff in here too when it comes to hacks. Mike Tyson's Bite Off. just check it out. Bite Off? The hell is that? All right, let's check out Capcom. And we'll do Street Fighter Alpha 3. Remember, this is MAME emulation, so this is just as the arcade was, or is. So you've got to press the select button to activate the credits like you're putting in a quarter. Give her a second.
This is Street Fighter Alpha 3.
Thank you.
Street Fighter Alpha 3.
Put as many credits as you want.
Select your character. Select your fighting style.
I've never been a fan of fucking Turbo. I don't think it's fun. Come on.
It's showtime. Face it straight.
Oh, Punk! Ah! Fucker! Oh! I'm not going to complain and say playing in front of the camera makes it difficult. Even though I think I just did complain. Got him. Oh shit. He should have got pulled into that. Got your ass. Oh! Oh, fuck. Ah! Oh, I gotta do another round. I can't give it up. Fuck you, bitch. Got it. Yeah. Oh, I knew I could do it. That's easy. I've never seen a paddle like this. All right. Honestly, you know what? There are so many games. This PSP is loaded with over 8,000 games. Over 8,000. And that's including hacks and PS1 and everything. Let me tell you a little something about this PSP and the PSPs that I put together. They are unlike anything else. You really can't find PSPs like this. You can, get the software and stuff but to have as many emulators and to have them all working correctly on a PS3 3000 is not an easy thing to accomplish. I have spent way too much time of my nerdy life perfecting the PSPs. We're talking years, baby. So you will be happy when you get this. Check it out, and if you have any questions, please let me know. Even after, if you do bid and you buy the PSP, if you have any questions, ask. I'm always there for technical support, and am even willing to help out if for some reason you, God forbid, damage it. I can help you figure things out. I've got a lot of parts here and stuff, and I won't, I won't sell you down the river just because you hurt your PSP. But please don't. Take care of it. This one's mine. Was mine. Is for now. Enjoy it. And hey, this is Timothy Tim saying thanks for watching and bidding if you do. Game on.